Hey, Richest you money maniacs, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be discussing how health and success work together. So let's get right to it, shall we? Hey everybody, it's great to have you back, and this is actually a really exciting video to do for you only because it's so near and dear to my heart. I've had the very good fortune of finding extremely good health, even though I've been around for a while and I've had a lot of different experiences, including some of them very stressful. But I'll get into that another time. What I want to share with you right now to get this video started, which is talking about the relationship between your health and the degree of success that you find in life, and not just financial, in all kinds of different areas of your life. That relationship and how those two things work together hand in hand. That's what I want to talk about in this video very briefly. But the first thing I want to do is introduce you to a phrase that if you have not heard before, it will absolutely bring a lot of value to you in your life as you pursue whatever it is that makes you happy. And that is a toast that often is given when you're celebrating someone's anniversary, someone's birthday, or someone's getting married or things like that. Any celebration of the human condition and the human relations. And that toast goes as follows: may you find health, wealth, love, and the time to enjoy them in your life. That's the toast. Health, wealth, love, and the time to enjoy them. Now that last one is the real linchpin for all of the others, because you can have health but you don't have any wealth with it, or you don't have any love, or you can have health and love, you can have a combination of those, but then you only get them for a little bit of time. It may be wonderful and it makes it very special because you only have it for that short period of time, but why not have all of them? And so if someone is wishing you well, or you're wishing someone well, the best thing to do would be to wish all of that for them. Health, wealth, love, and the time to enjoy them. Now, it seems really commonsensical, but when you look around in our culture right now, that is not how we're programmed. On a very regular basis, people believe that you can only have one or the other. You can't have health and wealth. You can't be happy and live a long time. You can't have your cake and eat it too, right? It's such a popular phrase. And it's so easy to say, well, you should at least be moral and not think about being wealthy. You should be a good person and don't think about being wealthy. Why not do both? Why not be wealthy and be a good person too? Who says that you can't? That's a big part of everything we teach in all of our courses, our Richest You Mastering Money course, and other courses and trainings we do, and all the different videos that we do here for Richest You. We always teach the idea that the world, the universe, everything comes literally from abundance. It's only human beings and their perspective that change that. They change it to lack where, well, there's not enough resources, there's not enough people, there's not enough love, there's not enough money, there's not enough time. The fact of the matter is, everything is infinite in the universe, and abundance is all around you if you just look for it. So without going too far off the deep end in terms of the universe and abundance and all that, I'm going to stick to this idea. Here's the current model right now, and I've already kind of touched on it. The current model right now that's being programmed into many generations so far is the idea that you're supposed to work really hard while you're young and healthy so that when you get older, you can slowly die and be sick and spend all the money that you saved on doctor's bills. That's exactly what it looks like right here in America right now. While you're young, and it would be the best time to go and enjoy yourself and figure out things that are fun to do and go see the world. When you're young, you should be in a cubicle, working a job, saving for those golden years. And then, of course, if you've watched my videos from before where I talk about retirement being a bad idea, those golden years are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And there's a reason for that I'll explain a little bit later in the video. So that's the current model. Work while you're young, when you have the most potential to actually experience life and everything it has to offer, until you're older and then live on a very limited income, which most of it goes to medications, surgeries, doctor's visits, and if you're lucky, a few trips to go see a couple places around the world. If you're lucky, before you die because you retired and now you're not growing anymore. That's the current model. So the Richest You, we purport the model that you should master your money as quickly as possible and then learn to leverage your money as employees for you that go out and make more money while you go and explore the world and experience all the wonderful things that life has to offer. Not just while you're young, but also when you're middle-aged and also as you grow older, because the whole time you'll have good health. You have the finance to support having good health and learning about what good health really looks like, not taking drugs, not surgery. Those are really important when you need them as a last resort. But the fact of the matter is the preventative medicine should have been done years and years and years before. What you eat, where you live, how you live your life, the people that you surround yourself, whether you have emotional control and psychological balance. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other parts that go into this. Now, I have to emphasize this. I am not a doctor. I'm only speaking to you from my personal experience, right? Except that the results in my life are so substantial, I feel very comfortable sharing with you and very confident sharing with you that if you follow this, you will also experience the same thing that I've experienced. Now, my age actually is much older probably than you would guess because people guess wrong all the time. In fact, I've managed to bring my health to a point that insurance companies give me their highest rating. And I'm at a point in my life where I've watched friends die from cancer. I've seen my mother die from cancer. I've seen people just die from illness and sickness and all kinds of different things. And yet I am still in perfect health and spend next to nothing on medical bills because basically I don't need them. So I'm at a point in my life now where not only have I watched people die, but everybody seems to think that I should be going through those same struggles. I should have back pain, I should have arthritis, I should have, bad eyes, I should have things, I shouldn't have my hair, I should be ready to have to be at the doctor's every week, I should be having some kind of surgery, I should be on several drugs, if not many. I should be ready to basically dig a hole and fall in it. So when people meet me and they see the things that I'm doing and they see the energy that I put out, they can't believe it. Now, the point that I'm getting to is because I have managed to be able to be rated by insurance companies. So this is quantifiable, measurable results in my own life for good health as what some called super preferred. Now, I'll tell you the benefit of having a super preferred rating in just a moment. But first, I want to get back to the idea of remember what the current culture is. The current culture now is that you work when you're young and you have good health and save up for those golden years so that you can spend all that money on being sick and old and dying sooner. The Richest You model suggests that if you learn to master your money faster, and learn to have your money work for you and work as tax-free as possible. That's one of the most important points too when we talk about the laser fund. That gives you the ability to learn more about how to live a healthy lifestyle, and then you live healthy while you're young, middle-aged, and older. So those are the two different models. The one that we encourage folks to consider is the Richest You model, that you master that money sooner. And actually, one of the wonderful things about mastering your money sooner too is you begin to enjoy the journey. Instead of feeling like it's drudgery to go and work, you've mastered your money, and so now the decisions that you make are based on how you feel instead of whether you need money or not. That's the big difference. Everything that I do in my life right now is based on the fact that I love doing it. I love sharing this information with you. I love making music. I love building the companies that we're building. It's incredible every day how I can't seem to get up early enough and I can't stay awake long enough. I love learning new languages. All of these things that I've put on my plate so that my days are full. would put a normal person right in the hospital from exhaustion, except that I feel wonderful every day. I'm energized every day. Yes, I'm following my passion, very much so, in so many ways that I could never have even imagined even just 5 or 10 years ago. So the health that I have is a big part of that, being so joyful and feeling so confident and so successful. That's why it's so important. That's why that is so integral in your journey when you're looking for your success or you're looking for your wealth. When you have that good health, you actually are able to enjoy the success more fully and longer. And also, you provide a really good model for your family, especially if you're looking to have kids, or if you just, want your fellow family members to see, hey, there's another way to live. You can live and be healthy and be enjoy and have money coming in at the same time too. You can have both and not be stressed out all the time. So I was talking about the idea of a culture, and what's occurring in the United States is really curious. It almost seems like every single year there's another deadly virus or deadly bacteria or food poisoning challenge. And of course, we all know that that's the mainstream media just trying to keep their ratings up. Hey, they're just trying to stay in business, okay? And to do that, you have to keep it super, super exciting, because there's so much hitting everyone every day now with social media and online presence and streaming everything, that if you don't do something super exciting or super radical, it just gets lost in the wash. And that's just business. I mean, really, that's all it is. But the end result of what's occurred in the United States, especially with Western medicine, is that we have created an entire country of people with almost no immune system. People are dying every day from simple things like colds, like the flu, and of course cancer is more rampant than ever. It's a huge industry. Medical and all of that is a huge multi-billion, maybe even trillions of dollars every year spent to keep people just alive long enough, a little bit longer, and actually poison them slowly through their food supply and their water supply and their air supply, so that then they need the medication. Now, see, the really weird thing is that in this culture, we've been programmed to believe that that's what we want. We want these poisons. We want the sugar. We want the maltodextrin. We want the preservatives. We want the drugs. We want to flip that switch. We want to take that pill and feel better right this second. We don't want to have to actually work at being healthy. You mean I have to work out? A great example of that is the movie Brittany Runs a Marathon. I think it would really do you a huge amount of value to go and watch that movie, because there's a scene where this young woman, and she's younger, she's in her 20s, is extremely overweight, and she goes to see a doctor, and the doctor says to her, listen, your body mass index is so high, you're on the verge of dying. Your organs could shut down, your heart, you could have a heart attack, you could die. You're just really too fat. And she makes a joke about, oh, well, I guess you haven't heard of body shaming. Oh, and he's like, I understand body shaming, but your body is going to shut down. It doesn't care about being politically correct. Your liver probably has fatty liver disease. And she says, oh, well, now you're calling my liver fat. And he says, you call it whatever you want. The fact of the matter is, you are dying. You are sick and you are dying. And if you don't change it, you will die young. So she begins to be scared. This doctor is not trying to sugarcoat anything. He's telling his patient, because of your health being so poor and you not taking care of yourself, you're going to die very young. You will not see any future. You'll be gone. So she finally starts deciding to do something about it, and what she picks is to start running.
My whole life, the world told me I was lazy because of the way I looked.
I was trying to turn my life around.
Everything's gonna be fine.
People held doors for me.
I'll hold doors for you.
This is my last hurrah.
You changing your life was never about your weight.
Hold it, please.
It was about you taking responsibility for yourself.
And then what she decides is she picks a really lofty goal for herself, and she wants to learn how to run a marathon. So she starts training for it. That movie is a really good example of what I would say next, which is nature doesn't care. Nature keeps going. We can yell at each other all day long about being politically correct, but the fact of the matter is, nature doesn't care. If you are unhealthy, if you are obese, if you have diabetes, if you have high blood pressure, you are going to die. It doesn't matter what labels you use. It doesn't matter what words you use to be diplomatic about it. The fact of the matter is, you are sick and you will die. And you will not reach your goals. You will not find your dreams. You will not be successful. You will not create the wealth and the lifestyle that you are dreaming of. If you don't get your health in order, you won't have the energy to get off the couch to go do the things that are required to make that success happen in the first place. So that's how health and wealth actually work together. That's why it's so vital that you consider your health, even especially while you're building your wealth. Health, wealth, love, and the time to enjoy them. Those are the 4 secrets. So the last thing I want to talk about in this video about health and wealth and their relationship together is the idea of what happens when you do focus on being healthy. What do you get for it? Well, you have to go to the gym a lot. You spend a lot of time eating crappy food, and it doesn't taste very good, and you feel tired all the time because you're always on a diet. And it's just not fun, and people don't want to hang out with you because you don't eat meat anymore. You don't eat this, or you're a vegan or a vegetarian. You have restrictions, That's not true at all. What I've discovered in my life when I decided to start changing my diet and start changing my lifestyle was that I actually found that I had way more energy. My libido increased. My emotional stability increased. I was able to make better decisions. I was able to think clearer. I was able to have much, much more physical endurance, not just because I was working out, but I mean like even just working on businesses and working on projects and editing this or working on songs or practicing. I just had way more energy than other people. Other people would be exhausted. I need to get something to eat. I need a nap. I need 5 days off just so I can go work too. They were always tired and always complaining. What I found was I had way more joy, way more positive perspective on everything. And even better, I had better health and I felt amazing. It's just incredible the difference. The other really cool discovery for me was finding healthy foods for me to eat. And what happened was after I had detoxed my body, I realized that I was starting to taste foods differently. They were more flavorful. There was more variety. I was eating different colors of food, and I was eating foods I had never tried before and craving them in ways I'd never imagined. And most people think, well, I can't live without sugar. Man, I was a sugar addict hardcore. I was drinking whole 2-liter bottles of soda in one day. It was wrecking my stomach. But now I have no sugar, no refined sugar at all. I use honey, I use agave, things like that. Those are the things that I use. And what I've found is that you can make something as wonderful as an apple cobbler that tastes like it has sugar in it, and there's no sugar and no gluten at all. And it's incredible. I have chocolate every other day or every weekend, and it has no sugar in it and more cacao than anything else on top of it, which actually happens to be, as I've found out, pretty good for you. So what occurred is that my mind opened to other possibilities, not just in terms of food, but now because my health is good, I look at other hobbies, other experiences that I want to go and enjoy, just trying other things, other ways of thinking, building other kinds of businesses, other kinds of relationships, enjoying other languages and cultures, and learning about this incredible planet that we live on that's full of all this stimulation. And that doesn't even include all the amazing movies and all the funny, social media videos and all of that stuff. There's stuff out there that I had never even opened my mind up to until I had started focusing on being more healthy. I was so busy taking Sudafed and Benadryl and Flonase and had allergies, and I couldn't eat this, and I had sneezing from animals and dust, and I was sick all the time. I was always having some kind of sinus infection. I was always trying to sleep extra so that I could make sure I had enough energy to work. It was a constant grind just to be able to get up and do the job, let alone to think beyond that. Now I have way more time. I have much, much deeper relationships with other people in my life, especially the love of my life, my wife, and my beautiful daughter. And I also have a lot of wealth and incredible health to be able to enjoy every second with these people that I love, doing the things that I love. I can't encourage you enough to seriously look at your own personal health and begin the journey towards bringing yourself to a super preferred status too. And remember, that's an insurance company, so they're measuring blood, they're measuring body weight, they're measuring everything. They bring a doctor to you and they measure everything. So with that, I'm going to stop here at the end of this video. I would only encourage you to look at the description and make sure you check out our Richest You Mastering Money course. And then, of course, in the future, we'll be doing a Richest You Mastering Health course too. So keep an eye out for that. If you like this video, do us a huge favor and give us a thumbs up, and make sure you slam that subscribe button. We would love to see that. I would love to be able to share with you every time we put up a new video. All right, from the Richest You to all you money maniacs, the best of health.